The One and Roy Adventures of Thomas the Tank Engine, Episode 8, A Fork in the Friendship. One day, Henry was puffing towards his forest. He had been working hard all morning and was looking forward to a well-earned rest in his favorite place on the island. Just then, Logan pulled up with their top hat on board. "Henry," said the top hat, "I need you to go to Toby's windmill. Wilbert has broken down there, and I need you to take him and his train to Brenham Docks." "Sir," said Henry, "why do I have to do it? Can't Logan do it? He's available." "Logan has work to do at the coaling plant," said the top hat. "Besides, Wilbert's train is much too heavy for him to pull, and you're the only other engine available." "Okay," said Henry. "That's a good engine," said the top hat. And he hopped aboard Logan, and Logan hurried away. And Henry huffed away. When Wilbert had first arrived on the solar railway, he had accidentally started a fire that had burned down Henry's forest. Because of this, Henry had held a grudge against Wilbert. Wilbert was at the windmill when Henry arrived, and he pulled Wilbert and his train away to the docks. Henry soon brought Wilbert into the docks. He uncoupled him from the train and shunted him into the steamworks. Thomas and Sir Handel were already in the works when Henry pushed Wilbert into the siding. When Wilbert was fixed, he decided to take a break near Wardfell Station. Just then, the Flying Scotchman came into the siding next to Wilbert. "Hello there, Wilbert," he said. "You don't look very happy. Mind if I ask what's wrong?" Wilbert sighed. "It's Henry," he said. "I don't think he likes me." "Why not?" asked the Flying Scotchman. "Well, I think it's because of this," said Wilbert, and he told the Flying Scotchman all about what had happened on his first day on Sodor. Just then, a long green diesel came out from behind the shed, and backed into the siding next to Wilbert. He had heard everything. "So Henry doesn't like you because you burnt down his forest, huh?" said the diesel. "Well, I would say that you two have a fork in the friendship." "Yeah, I guess you're right," said Wilbert. Just then, the diesel driver pulled the lever. "Oh, I have to go," said the diesel. "I'll try to talk to Henry the next time I see him." "Okay," said Wilbert. "Oh, before you go, what's your name? I don't think I've seen you before." "My name's Bear," said the diesel. "They call me that because of the growling sounds my engine makes." And as Bear pulled away, his engine went "Roar." Wilbert and the Flying Scotchman were a bit startled, but they knew now that Bear was a good name for the diesel. Meanwhile, Henry was at Crovan's Gate Station. He was collecting a very important train. The narrow gauge engines had found some gold in one of the old mines up in the mountains, and Henry had to take the gold to the new Sodor Bank, where it could be deposited into money for all the Sodor citizens. A workman was getting ready to put a tarp over the last truck. Duncan was on the track next to Henry. He was getting ready to take some empty barrel cars to the wharf. "Hello, Henry," he said. "How's your day going?" "Terrible," said Henry. "Sir Topham Hatt made me help Wilbert." "What's wrong with helping Wilbert?" said Duncan crossly. "Well," said Henry, "Wilbert and I don't exactly see eye to eye." "So I've heard," said a voice, and coming down the hill came Bear. "What do you want?" said Henry. "A word," said Bear. "I don't like the way you're treating Wilbert." "So what?" said Henry. "You'd probably be mad at him if he burned down something you like." "Well, maybe I would be a little," said Bear, "but I would actually forgive him, unlike you." Henry and Bear were so busy arguing. that they didn't notice two figures lurking in the shadows near the station. The two thugs crept into Henry's cab. His driver and fireman were inside the station. Henry nor Bear had seen anything. They were still arguing when suddenly one of the bad guys pulled a lever in Henry's cab. Henry suddenly shot forward and crashed into Bear and knocked him off the track. "Wait, what's going on?" said Henry, and he thundered down the track with the line of gold cars. And Henry thundered away down the track. Henry was a reckless rocket as he thundered down the track. "I don't know what's going on," said Henry, "but I don't like it one bit." And he continued along the line at a very fast pace. Meanwhile, Wilbur was shunting some China clay cars into some sidings near Wardville. But as he went under the bridge, Henry and his train went over it. "Help!" cried Henry. "I can't stop." Wilbur backed out and looked ahead down the track. Henry was heading straight for Nafford Station, and the track he was on was being blocked by a goods train that was being pulled by Boko, and there was a fuel tanker on the train. Knowing exactly what he had to do, Wilbur rushed ahead of Henry, came to the switch, and quickly reversed and knocked Henry off the track. The thieves had been knocked out of Henry's cab when Wilbur had crashed into him and landed by the track. Just then, Oliver came over the drawbridge with Toad, and out of Toad stepped two policemen, and they quickly arrested the thieves. Just then, Duck arrived with the breakdown train, with Bear pulling up behind. Soon the mess was cleared up, and Bear took Henry's train away. Henry was now left alone with Wilbur. Henry and Wilbur didn't say anything for about a minute, and they didn't make eye contact, but at last, Henry finally spoke up. "Wilbur, I'm sorry for the way I've been treating you. I should have just forgiven you for your little accident, but, well, I didn't, and I'm just so sorry for the way I've been treating you. And, well, I just want to thank you for helping me out. I could have had a explosive fate if you hadn't come in. Can you forgive me for my behavior and maybe be my friend?" Wilbur thought for a moment, and then he said very quietly, "Yes." Just then, the Flying Scotsman pulled up next to Henry and Wilbur, and out stepped Sir Topham Hatt. "Oh, hi, sir," said Wilbur. "Wilbur," Topham Hatt, "I'm very proud of you for helping Henry out. As a reward, you shall have a new coat of paint. And Henry, I'm glad you're alright, and I'm also glad you've made amends with Wilbur." "How do you know?" "Oh, that we made amends," said Henry. "Oh," said the top head. "Me and the Flying Scotsman were hiding behind that hill back there, so we could listen in and see if you guys could make amends." "Oh," said Wilbur. "Well, okay then." And with that, Wilbur and Henry reconciled and became one of the best friends the island has ever seen.